What's up, guys? Welcome back. Thanks for being here. Thanks for checking me out again. I'm trying to be a little more prominent on YouTube, so I really appreciate you tuning in. So, I am a horror guy, as you might be able to tell from some of the stuff behind me. And I do a top 5 show, right? I do a podcast. It's an audio podcast. And I often get asked, what are your top 5 movie trailers in whatever category? And we're going to cover a bunch on this series. But I had to start with horror. And this one particularly got pitched to me because we recently did an episode for our top 5 modern horror movies. And those are any movies released from 2010 until today. We recorded that in 2019, so really it was the top 5 horror movies of the last decade. So I said, you know what? What are my top 5 horror movie trailers from that decade? Horror movie trailers and really movie trailers in general have come they've just gone such a long way in what they are able to accomplish from the editing side and incorporating music. And a really good trailer will give you the setup and give you the premise and the plot without giving too much away. That always really, really irks me. So you won't find any of those in this top 5. But I made a little video edit of the actual trailers. We're going to watch them on this video. And I'm going to also kind of give some commentary as we're watching them, why I love them, what some of my favorite parts of them are. But these are my 5 favorite movie trailers in the horror genre that were released from 2010 until 2019. Let me know what you think in the comments. We're going to get into it right now and watch these trailers in this new YouTube series. Yes. Jordan Peele's Us came out almost 2 years ago now.
I got 5 on it, mean. It's about drugs.
It's not about drugs, it's a dope song.
I love this hip-hop tune from the 90s by the Loonies. I got 5 on it, right? And then listen to just how Michael April's really just turns this into such a haunting kind of theme for this movie.
He's kidding, right?
He's not kidding.
Hey, I think it's vodka o'clock.
Oh, yeah.
Where's Jason?
Lupita Nyong'o, am I right, guys? Wow, what an actress. One of the biggest, tragedies for me is that she did not get nominated for this role for the Academy Award. I'm also a big Oscars guy. And I felt like Lupita should have gotten nominated for this. She's playing literally 2 split personalities, 2 different people in this movie.
Family in our driveway.
And she's both frightening and horrific and motherly and nurturing. She's all over the spectrum.
Put your shoes.
Just a great cast all around.
We can get crazy.
It's good. I love the sun's line drop here. Listen to the sun here on the couch. This is good.
What are you people?
It's us.
Yes.
They look exactly like us.
Now,
They think
before we
like
get on to our number 4, which is coming up, I wasn't like... I prefer Get Out when I put these 2 movies next to each other from Jordan Peele's horror catalog. I did like Us a whole lot. I really enjoyed the movie. But the trailer was like... I remember it came out Christmas Day. I saw it at Christmas Day at my grandmother's house. Now I can remember thinking, I don't even care what the movie is. That literally was a 2.5-minute work of art. So good, man. Lupita, look at her. Jordan Peele knew what he was doing with this. So Us is my number 5 movie trailer from the 2010s. Oh, okay. John Krasinski's A Quiet Place from 2018. This one, from what I recall, is a short kind of trailer. I want to say it's less than a couple minutes, which for a movie trailer is not very long. They love to drag them out, and again, show too much. So this one does the overlay with the words, the text overlay like that, like live by one rule. And you know what this movie's about by seeing the trailer, but you don't get spoiled anything that happens in the actual movie. This scene right here, man, for any of you that have seen this movie, what a gut punch of a scene, and such a tense, just a tension-filled scene. And what the editors do in this trailer is, it's a quiet place, and they make this a very loud trailer. There's shotguns in it. There's fireworks in it coming up, I believe. Obviously, the score that they incorporate into this. If they hear you, they hunt you. Beautiful imagery, right?
Who are we if we can't protect them? We have to protect them.
By the way, another actress that could have easily been nominated for an Academy Award, Emily Blunt. Here you go. You get to see a little bit of creature tease here. Watch. Just a little tease. A Quiet Place, guys. Come on, that's my number 4. Ooh. I made this edit a few months ago, and I literally decided to watch it back
Come on, Peter.
with you guys, and I forgot.
Let's just do it.
I tried to keep it out of my mind, because if I thought about it, I would remember, Well, maybe. I don't know. I'm kind of losing it.
It's heartening to see.
But I didn't remember which ones I picked back then.
I know my mom would be very touched.
So seeing it is really exciting. But Ari Aster's Hereditary is one of my favorite films in any genre, definitely horror, but of any genre of the last decade. Also love The Witch, by the way.
Grandma, you know you were.
A24 knows how to do it, man.
Even when you were a little
Okay.
baby, she wouldn't let me feed you because she needed to feed.
As we're watching these,
She was a very difficult woman.
I'm seeing that the trend is, we have a trend here. So far, all 3 movies that I've listed have a lead actress performance
Feel them in the room.
that should have gotten nominated. Did I do that on purpose?
She isn't gone.
That score right there, guys, hauntingly beautiful. Listen,
She had private rituals, private friends.
I know the volume on it's not going to be super high for, YouTube or whatever, but
But when you died.
I love the incorporation of the horror music and score
At the end.
with the critical overlays, the critics. The Exorcist of our generation, I believe somebody says. A modern day horror masterpiece. I agree with that.
Dad, I don't like this.
What's happening? Don't you ever raise your voice at me. I am your mother.
I am your mother, guys. Bone chilling. Toni Collette, man,
just don't want to put any more stress on my family.
killed it in this movie. Hereditary is they said it, it's a horror modern day masterpiece. I agree with that. That was my number 3. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, this is a classic example. So Stephen King's It, the remake from 2017. This is a classic example of a trailer that I enjoyed a bit more than the film. The film I liked. I'm obviously a fan of this movie. I mean, I'm a fan of anything Stephen King is behind, if I'm being honest. But it's one of those where I saw the trailer. This trailer was so amazing to me when I saw it that I almost just think it was hard to live up to it. Now, if you're into the Pennywise lore and the lore of this Stephen King novel, right? The bass sound drop when Pennywise pops up in the sewer.
There's not like any time I've ever been.
So I'm just going to tell you, I mean, knowing that
Disappeared.
from my horror affinity and knowing the story of Stephen King's It and Pennywise and seeing this trailer when it came out, because I was waiting for it, back in 2017, because they announce trailers now. They even have trailers for trailers, but they're like, it's coming, Stephen King's It. So it was one of those trailers that I was waiting for on day 1 to watch it when I woke up that morning. I love that score too, by the way, the little creepy,
Yeah, I saw him too.
horns or whatever that's playing in the back. It sounds like almost like a party horn. But yeah, I was waiting for it. So knowing the 1990 version with Tim Curry and knowing the novel and just knowing that whole plot and lore of this world that Stephen King built in Derry, and then seeing Pennywise pop up in the sewer, man, and seeing Bill Skarsgård's initial, you only get it for a second, and you get it for another second here, but the hair's in the face and everything. And then you get it at the very end of this trailer, too, when he's attacking, when he's running up with Georgie. Just that imagery, harken back to The Shining.
Bill.
We get a little bit of more of Pennywise here at the end.
Too. You'll float too. You'll float too.
You'll float too, brother. Come on. There he is. So, thinking about it and seeing that, you only see Pennywise for maybe 2 seconds in that trailer, and it was very, very exciting for me. That's my number 2. Aha! I should have remembered this. The Witch, or the
What went we
Vavitch,
out into this wilderness to find?
which I just realized the oldest trailer
Leaving
on
our
this
country.
in this top 5
Kindred, our fathers' houses.
from 2015.
For what?
Another
For the
A24
kingdom of God.
did Hereditary, which we saw earlier.
Let us pray.
A trailer that did not make my top 5, but could have very easily, was Midsummer. Another A24 horror. There they are. The Witch, the trailer's amazing. And the trailer pulled me in. It's Robert Eggers, which I didn't know anything about then. Now, if I just see Robert Eggers, I'm going to see it. And I'm probably going to be a super fan of it because I love Eggers. What The Witch did, because I didn't know about him at the time as a filmmaker, is it did such a good job of incorporating the quotes and the critical praise that the film had received as overlays in this trailer. Oh, Black Phillip, dude. Look, here we go. One of the most genuinely unnerving horror films in recent memory. Yes, it is.
You've cursed this family.
Here you go. Anya Taylor-Joy, I mean, come on. I mean, she's gone on to do The Queen's Gambit. She was in Split. She's kind of made a little bit of a name of herself in the horror realm while still doing other stuff. You know, she was in Emma, which is basically a comedy. I mentioned The Queen's Gambit, which she won the Emmy for. Gotta be one of the best young talents in Hollywood. Easily. Here we go. Love that shot of her, by the way. Soul shaking. See what I mean? How they're doing that back and back. Unforgettable. Disturbing. Black Phillip. Terrifying. Guys.
There's the evil in the wood.
There's evil in the wood. From memory, that's my number 1. From memory, I think I did some honorables mentions here. Let's see what I put in my honorable mentions. Yeah, so let's see. Okay. Guys. Can you see it? Halloween, the Halloween franchise is my favorite horror franchise. Michael Myers is my horror icon. I love them all. Like my kids, Jason, Freddy, Leatherface, any of them you can put in there. But Michael is my guy. And, man, when this remake came out, or even when they announced it,
You don't believe in the boogeyman?
you know, just, I literally couldn't breathe for like a week. I was so excited. And the trailer did it, man. Talking about remakes, here you go, another honorable mention from 2013, Evil Dead remake. You know, it gets a bit of a bad rap, honestly, from like horror purists or whatever. And by the way, this is a Red Band trailer. I remember that when it came out, as you can see. I thought they did a really good job with this remake. So 2 remakes in my honorables here.
Evil.
They did a good job. You know, in 2013, they had the foresight to put Mia, the character of Mia, in that role that Bruce Campbell had been in initially. It's great. Oh, yeah, and here you go. Another 2013, The Conjuring. Dude.
Do you want to see them?
Yeah.
When the music stops, you see them in the
The Conjuring guys and The Conjuring 2, I'm a horror fanatic and I watch a lot of horror, scare me. And, you know, particularly the first time I saw them. Yeah. You know, you had the classic little jump scare there at the end with The Conjuring. So there you go. Those are my top 5 horror trailers of the 2010s, 2010 to 2019. I'm going to do this series, I don't know, monthly. We'll see how it goes. I mean, if it gets views, I'll do it more often. So please like it, subscribe to me. If you like it, let me know, comment, do all that stuff that I hate when people ask you to do on YouTube. But if you're a fan of horror, definitely comment with your favorite horror trailer of the last 10 or 11 years. Which one would you have put in your top 5? So this will be called the Trailers series. I don't know what genre I'll do next. Maybe I'll stick within horror. Maybe I'll do the aughts, like the 00s horror. Maybe I'll do 90s horror, 80s horror. How far back can I go, guys, before I could stop talking about horror? I don't want to. I'll do comedy trailers. I'll do animated trailers. I'll do action trailers. We'll be all over the place. So I'll do my top 5 trailers in whatever the specific genre is for that episode, that edition. So that was it. Let me know what you think in the comments. And thank you guys so much for checking out this video. I'll talk to you soon.